It is okay for us to not have all of the newest iPhones. If somebody is more of a spender and then someone's more of a saver, like there needs to be a healthy balance of being able to spend and being able to save. Not compare your lifestyle to people and not compare what other people have versus what you don't have. Join a family military page, like locally, whatever base or post that you're at, and see what people are posting. Hi, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Mariah. I'm a 26-year-old military spouse, stay-at-home mom, and wife. And in today's video, I want to discuss how I'm able to be a stay-at-home mom and how we store the money that God has blessed us with. And let's get right into this video. The first thing I want to discuss is having a mindset shift. So becoming a one-income family, there's definitely things that we have to prioritize. And when you start to think differently on how you spend your money or even how you even view money, then this will become a lot easier. So the first mindset shift is that you want to learn how to prioritize your wants versus prioritizing your needs. When it comes to the finances, you may not be able to get every single thing that you want right in that moment. So one of the ways that me and my husband prioritized our wants versus our needs is that we made a rule that we are not allowed to get anything for ourselves unless all of our bills are paid, we put money away for savings, and just everything that we budgeted out is taken care of. So this definitely has taught us to learn how to have delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is the ability to resist immediate smaller rewards in favor of larger, more valuable, and long-lasting rewards in the future. So this is a good trait to have just in general, but becoming a one-family income household, this is going to be something that you should definitely try to practice, because putting yourself in debt or just prioritizing things that you didn't necessarily need but you wanted over like actual things that you need will definitely just keep you guys in a financial rut in the long run. So the next mindset shift is learning how to tithe. So we did not always tithe. We have been tithing for a while now. If you don't know what tithing is, it is giving 10% of your money to God. So the reason why we tithe and we give 10% to God is we want to honor Him. We want to put Him first in everything, especially in our finances. And we also want to support our church. Tithing has definitely helped us in our finances for sure. If you just read scripture, you know the blessings behind tithing. So for us honoring God, God blesses us in return. Going into tithing, your mindset shouldn't be, oh, I'm only going to tithe so that I can get something in return. But there is perks that come with tithing, and I definitely see that we have benefited from those perks. If it's hard in the beginning, the more you do it, you'll get used to it. And for someone who's not used to tithing, I would say definitely just go in and start with 10%. But if it's something that is really, really hard for you to do, I would definitely pray about it, and I would start smaller and then, build yourself up to 10%. But just try it out and trust God. Trust God with your finances and trust that He will bless you for honoring Him and for giving your first day. So the next mindset shift is that we have to learn how to live humbly. This doesn't mean that we don't get nice things here and there. It is okay for us to not have all of the newest iPhones or have every pair of new sneakers. If we do want something that's new and we might not get it right when it comes out, we might have to budget that. And it's okay, and that's what I mean by living humbly. And we just prioritize what we want to make big purchases on. Like some people have the money to make big purchases on a Lululemon set every week, but for us, we could use that money for our family, for our savings, or for something that is going to benefit the household. We definitely do have our splurges here and there, but it is not something that we are doing on a daily or every check. And the last mindset shift that we had to do was learning how to pray over our finances. We had to learn how to pray over, first of all, our tithing, like I said before, because it was difficult to tithe, especially before my husband got a raise and we were tithing a lower income. So that was definitely really, really hard to do, but we just continued to pray. God increased his income, and things are easier for us. We had to learn how to pray for God to teach us financial literacy. We just had to pray to get on the same page with our financial literacy. Like if somebody is more of a spender and then someone's more of a saver, like there needs to be a healthy balance of being able to spend and being able to save, because you should be able to enjoy your money. Like you shouldn't have to always save every penny. So we just had to pray and learn how to have a healthy balance between spending and saving. And so whatever it may be for you that you might be struggling with your finances, if you feel like you're not making enough money, like prayer is definitely going to help. And I think some people might not think to pray over their finances, but definitely start to pray over your finances. I think it has helped us a lot. Another point I want to add when it comes to mindset shift is that you both have to be on the same page about your finances. If one person thinks that, or if the person that is bringing in the income, in my case, my husband, if he was to think that this is only his money, you have no say in the money, that definitely have to change, and there needs to be a mindset shift in that sense as well. And I would hope that if you guys are married, that whatever you guys have, you see it as together and not separate. That is very important. And I think a lot of people think too, as stay-at-home moms, that it's not your money, it's not your income. But not all like married people see things that way. Like even if that is what it looks like practically, like obviously he's the one working, but in our marriage we see like the money as ours. So the next thing is that we also set financial goals. I read a study that said that when couples set goals together, they have a greater chance of like staying together. Outside of that fun fact, I think setting a goal financially is very smart and very responsible. I think working towards that goal will hold you accountable into making better financial decisions. What we did was we created a budget of all of our bills, all of our debt, and then we put savings aside every check. So my tips would be to get a Costco or a Sam's Club membership. We personally have Sam's Club. Buying things in bulk makes things last longer. I personally hate grocery shopping. We get our meat there and it comes in like a big pack, and what I do is grab freezer safe reusable bags, and I'll literally split them in half. I'll do half to cook for this week and then half to cook for that week, and that usually lasts us like a whole 2 weeks, like our meats, or even longer depending on how many meats we choose to get. I know the ground turkey comes in 2 packs, the steaks, the grass-fed ones come in like 4-6 packs. You have to separate them so that you can be able to thaw a little bit at a time. You don't want to thaw out everything, and then now you just have all of this meat to cook. So that is a tip for Sam's Club. Yes, I definitely cook a lot more than we eat out. We do have our days where we would eat out, but it is not as frequent. And I also like that I have control over how healthy we eat. A lot of the meals I make are very quick and easy, last a long time, and we usually not last a long time. We're not sitting here eating like leftovers for weeks, but maybe like a day or two. Stretching out meals will definitely help. You don't feel like you're always cooking every night. This could just be like pasta meals, rice meals. That has helped us a lot to save money. So for shopping, we do sometimes shop at thrift stores, or when we do shop at like just regular stores, I always look in the sales section first. Like I'm not saying that you have to get every single item of clothing from a thrift store or from the sales section, but I do check sales sections first. I actually got this shirt on sale and I think it's pretty cute. I did have to put like a shirt under it because it's a little like see-through, but it worked out. Like if you know how to style your clothes, everything on sale is not ugly. Shopping at thrift stores too, I found my baby, I found him Nike, Polo, Wrangler. Like they have name brand there too if you're like very conscious about like wearing name brand. Which goes back to my point of living humbly. Like we don't really care for name brand, but if we find something that's name brand and it's cute, then sure, we'll get it. Like we own both. We own non-name brand and name brand. Just buying like super expensive clothes for babies is just pointless to me. Like your baby can still look nice in affordable clothes. My husband found a gaming chair that was discounted. Facebook Marketplace as well. I don't prefer Facebook Marketplace. My husband loves it because I don't know, he just loves it. And I think for men, like they don't have that you know, they're not scared to like meet up with a stranger because they're able to protect themselves better than like a woman would be able to. So I don't necessarily love Facebook Marketplace, but Facebook Marketplace is also a good place to shop at. Also, for us military spouses, thankfully, for like just the community that we have in the military, even though sometimes the pages just be too much, I would join a family military page, like locally, whatever base or post that you're at, and see what people are posting. Sometimes people post diapers or just clothes or whatever because they're PCSing, they're moving, and they don't want to bring all of that, or they just don't want it anymore. So definitely check on those pages and see what people are posting. When we first moved here, my husband checked that page and a guy was being deployed and he sold his washer and dryer to us. It was brand new. He had just got it. He had just got to this post, and then he got like a surprise deployment, and we literally got our washer and dryer. It was very affordable, and we had just moved here. And you can also get on these pages and you can sell things that you don't want anymore. So definitely check those out. So another tip is when buying baby clothes, which I just learned myself, there are some clothes that actually grows with your child. It was a jacket that actually grows with your child. It's just like the sleeves just detach. They become longer like with your child, because I think that's usually the issue with jackets, is that like, you know, your child arms are growing longer, and so you just detach it and it like releases another layer of fabric that makes it longer for your child. So invest in those type of like jackets and clothes. For our car seat, we got thankfully a travel set, so we don't have to get a stroller for him. They also have high chairs that grow with your child. I actually got, I think it was the Even Flow. This high chair turns into a little toddler table that we actually still use. For his crib, we got a crib that turns into a toddler bed. So invest in these things that have like the 3-in-1 or grow with your child, so that you're not constantly buying these things, because they are very expensive. The only thing we repurchased since him being a baby was a toddler car seat. So my last tip would be to not compare your lifestyle to people and not compare what other people have versus what you don't have. I think for me, this is something that I had to definitely practice. If I like constantly found myself looking at people who buy, like these influencers who buy stuff every single month. Like purses are my weakness, and I really love collecting purses. It's not that I'm not able to, you know, invest in that collection anymore, but I do limit myself, and I do try to not constantly just feed myself with that type of content to influence me like all the time to want this bag or that bag. That has helped me a lot. And yeah, I hope this video was helpful to all the stay-at-home moms out there, to all the military spouses out there. It is not easy, but it is definitely doable. And I also pray too that you learned how to steward the money that God has blessed us with, whether it is a lot, whether it is a little. We should still be thankful for everything that we have and everything that God is going to bless us with. So I just pray that this video blessed you and that we are just living a humble, grateful life for everything that we have. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.